Yo, what's up, guys? Man, oh man, what a tough way to drop 2 points. Milan and Inter draw 1-1 in the third edition of the Derby Della Madonnina this year, guys. Man, guys, that was a pretty good defensive performance today by Milan. Milan really showed a lot of fight, a lot of heart, a lot of determination in this game. I was very impressed with how good defensively Milan were today. Now, obviously, guys, we wished Milan had attacked more, maybe try to kill off the game, and maybe try to get a second goal instead of letting Inter possibly tie this game up at 1-1 at the end of the game. But a lot of positives to take from this game, but also some negatives as well, guys. So, obviously, in the first half, Inter were busting chops. They were pressing Milan hard, but Milan were staying really tight, composed defensively, doing a really good job. Inter did have some goals that were called off outside, of course, but nothing new, of course, in a game. Reinders had a good shot on Summer. He made a great save. And then Milan, obviously, on the counterattack with a beautiful counter, started off with Teo. And then after a great pass to Leao, and Leao tried to cross it into the box there. Summer makes the save, and Reinders was there for the rebound to pot it in top shelf. Beautiful goal by Reinders. It was the only spot that Reinders could place it without possibly having a deflection of some sort. So, beautiful placement by Tijani Reinders, guys. And this guy here has been absolutely spectacular this year, guys. Double digits in goals this year, where last year it seemed like the guy couldn't get a goal for his life. And now this year, he has been scoring left and right. Reinders, he has been absolutely spectacular this year, guys. Obviously, he's had some off games. Like, I didn't think he played great against Zagreb, but he really responded well in this game. I thought he played really good. Obviously, some other guys who played in this game, Kyle Walker got his debut today, and man, oh man, what a difference it makes when you have a guy with high IQ, good positioning, of course. And Kyle Walker made a difference on that right side, guys. Inter did not exploit the right side like they've done in past games against Milan, guys, solely off the fact that now we have Kyle Walker and Calabria is not there anymore. Inter know that they cannot attack that side anymore, knowing that he is not there. And I thought Kyle Walker played really well, not only in the first half, but this game in general. He's very vocal, commanding the defense. I thought he was spectacular in his debut in a Milan shirt. Now, the other defenders that I felt were spectacular, Tomori and Pavlovic, man, oh man. These two here were absolutely brick walls today, I felt, guys. Now, obviously, Tomori and Pavlovic have been rumored to be sold the entire month of January. Pavlovic has had many suitors. Tomori almost went to Tottenham, but he did not want to go to Spurs. It's pretty obvious why. Who wants to go to Spurs if you have any ambition of trying to win a trophy? No offense, Tottenham. But Fick obviously declines to go to Tottenham, stays at Milan and puts in one of his best performances of the year, obviously, guys. Him and Pavlovic has been solid these last 3 to 4 games, guys. And I felt him and Fick today, they add a perfect balance of pace, strength, size. So I felt they played really well today. I thought Teo had a good match as well. Obviously, Teo made that one error at the beginning of the second half where he tried to make that pass to Reinders. He turned it over, but luckily enough, Magnan bailed him out with that save with his legs, of course, right? But obviously, guys, in that second half, Milan did not attack enough in that half, I felt. Inter did obviously dominate possession. Milan were playing, sitting back more, defending more, obviously trying to hit Inter on the counter, which I felt Milan were doing really well in this game, hitting them on the counter. Inter cannot handle Milan's pace at times in this game. When you got guys like Leao, Pulisic, obviously, Teo, Reinders, Tammy Abraham, who I also felt had a really solid game. Despite he didn't score, Tammy was tracking back, getting some really good defensive plays, taking the ball off some guys. It was really good job by Tammy Abraham for him not to score a goal, but still be productive in other ways into this game. Now, Pulisic didn't have the best of games, of course, but that's normal. Chris Pulisic has bailed out Milan many times, so I'm not going to really pick on Pulisic too much in this game, guys. I thought he wasn't the best, but he was okay, of course. Now, we obviously saw Musa start this game, Benacer. Conceição decided to take out Benacer, obviously in the 40th minute, and bring in Alejandro Jimenez, right? And I thought Jimenez played well, guys, up until near the end of the game, of course, guys. And honestly, guys, I'm going to get into that in a minute. He obviously brought in Chukwueze for Pulisic. He brought in Ted and Chano. So, honestly, guys, I did not like the way Chukwueze and Ted and Chano played coming into this game. I thought Jimenez played really well as a substitute in this game. But then obviously, guys, when we got deeper into the game, Inter started to press more, making it more and more difficult. Inter hit 3 bloody posts, for God's sakes. Like, honestly, Milan had a little bit of luck on their side, of course, with Inter hitting the post, the offside goals. But sometimes you need a little bit of luck to win games, guys. But Milan was playing with too much luck. They were playing with fire. And it obviously bit them in the ass, guys. Later in the game, of course, you saw what happened. Besek crosses in the ball. You see Zalewski wide open there. He puts it in the middle there for De Vrij. And Inter score to make it 1-1 in injury time, guys. 92nd, 93rd minute. Absolutely devastation. But this is why, guys, I lost my shit while watching this game. So obviously, the goal happens. But a couple minutes prior to that, you know, Jimenez had the ball on a counterattack. He had Chukwueze wide open on the right. And what does he do? He goes to make a back pass to Gabbia. Instead of putting in a through ball to Chukwueze, would have obviously blew by Barella. Barella was the last man there. Chukwueze was onside. And Alejandro Jimenez decides to play safe and decides to back pass. It was a horrendous decision by Jimenez. And it wasn't his only horrendous decision in this game, guys. Before the goal, Jimenez had the ball. He had enough time to boot the ball up the field. And what does the fucking kid do? He tries to make a pass to Camarda. Instead of being smart and kicking the ball out of danger, what does he do? He tries to be pretty and make a pass to Camarda. Inter intercepted. Bisset crosses it in. And then fucking Chukwueze. Honestly, guys, Chukwueze comes into this game with like about 15 minutes left. His only job was to bring energy, press high, and defend. And what does Chukwueze do? He stands there outside the box, not taking a man, leaving Zalewski wide open because Kyle Walker's defending Thuram. So it's Chukwueze's job to take the open man on the flank. He doesn't do it. And then after Inter score, Kyle Walker notices that Chukwueze was supposed to pick up that man. And he puts his arms up looking at Chukwueze, realizing that he was the man he had to pick up. Absolute laziness by Samuel Chukwueze. Honestly, guys, he has been a bust of a signing. 20+ million euro signing, guys, and he has been absolutely horrendous. Honestly, guys, if they wanted to sell Chukwueze in the summer, I'm not opposed to it at all, of course. Jimenez, man, he's a young kid. I understand he's going to make mistakes, but that is one mistake you cannot make in a derby like that. When Milan need points left and right, and you try to be cute and try to make a pass instead of just kicking the ball upfield. Jimenez cost us 2 points today, guys. I have to be honest. Jimenez and Chukwueze. Okay, Chukwueze, defensive miscue, not taking his man with Zalewski. You know, and then fucking, like I said, Jimenez making that horrendous pass. Trying to attempt to pass to Kamada instead of booting it out of danger. Little margins will absolutely butt you in the ass. And this is what happens. The finest of margins screwed Milan in this game. They were playing spectacular. It was a defensive masterclass in the second half. Now, like I said, Inter were dominant with possession. They had a lot of chances. You know, like I said, Milan had some luck on their side. But listen, guys, that's how it rolls sometimes. Inter had great opportunities, but Milan made their lives frustrating. You got to give Milan some credit. They battled hard. Like I said at the beginning, they really fought. You know, Tomori and Pavlovic were really doing well, like I said, guys. You know, they made Thuram's life difficult, Lotero's life difficult. It was a really good game by Milan's defense, especially them. Now, like I said, obviously, I wish Milan attacked more, obviously. You know, like I said with the Jimenez play, if they go and attack, there may be 2-0, and that goal doesn't matter. But even set pieces, guys, it was an Achilles heel for Milan. Milan could not defend Inter on the set pieces, especially the corner kicks. They were torching us. Like I said, Bisek hit a post, Thuram hit a post. It was like, sooner or later, Inter were due for a goal, guys. Now, do I feel a draw is the most fair result? Absolutely, of course. But Milan almost stole 3 points. That's why I'm absolutely pissed. I've been pissed all damn day about this game. Honestly, man, like, we had a massive opportunity here to get points, you know, screw Inter out of the title run, and then Jimenez makes that grave mistake. Chukwueze doesn't man mark, you know. Conceição, I guarantee you, once he sees that video, he's going to absolutely have to have a chat with both of them. Honestly, so, like I said, guys, signings this year, like, guys, signings from last year, this year have been brutal. Like, Chukwueze's been brutal, Cheek's been brutal, you know, Musa's been brutal at times, especially what happened against Zagreb. It's like, absolutely frustrating. You know, Emerson Royal, this year signing, brutal, of course. You know, Milan's management really screwed us, obviously, with some signings, guys, because look at Inter's depth, who they brought in. They brought guys like Zielinski, Renato Augusto, you know, Zalewski, they just got from Roma because Buchanan went to Villarreal. Inter's got way more depth than us. And you could see it with Milan's substitutions, like Ted and Chano. God almighty, he was brutal too as well. Like Walker made a pass to him, he misplaces the pass. Inter come into the counter, they almost scored there. So guys like him, useless. I like Jimenez, but he made two grave errors today, of course. Kamada, I thought he played okay as a cameo. He had that great shot. He almost scored. Imagine if Kamada scored that goal, his first ever goal for Milan in a derby like that. It would have been, the censor would have been absolutely rocking. But unfortunately, he doesn't score there. And then obviously Jimenez later on makes the grave mistake, which I felt absolutely cost Milan in this game, guys. Now, Milan got to play Roma midweek in the Coppa Italia. Roma drew Napoli today on a late equalizer too today. So both games today, the 12 o'clock game and the 2:45 game, both of them at late equalizers. Both exciting games, of course. So Roma's been playing a lot better under Ranieri. But now Milan is going to get their new striker, Santiago Jimenez, in. I don't know if he's going to play. Obviously, like I said, he had a little bit of an injury when he last played for Feyenoord in the Champions League. It would be great to get Santiago Jimenez into the lineup for Wednesday. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. It would be great to see. If not, maybe start Luka Jovic. He hasn't really started much this year. Maybe play Jimenez. I would give Reinders a break. Obviously tomorrow, guys, is as well the January transfer window closes. So Milan is really trying to get Joao Felix into this team before the window closes. Conceição wants him. Felix wants to be coached by Conceição. He's obviously teammates with Leao on the national team. They want to play together. So if Milan can get Joao Felix in, that's another guy you can bring in as a depth piece. Like I said, you can rest guys like Reinders. You can drop him back down to a double pivot. You can rotate between Fofana, Reinders, and Benacer. Because Cheek, he's absolutely useless. You can't rely on the guy. He's always injured. So I hope Cheek's gone in the summer, guys. Musa, he hasn't really done enough for me, guys. If Milan wants to sell him in the summer, I'm totally fine with that, because in the final third again today, Musa, headless chicken as always, guys. So I can't deal with him when he gets into the final third, honestly. But like I said, guys, good performances today by Kyle Walker. What a difference he makes as a right back now, having a leader like him back there. Like I said, commanding the back line. Really good job by Kyle Walker. Tomori Pavlovic, spectacular. Teo, solid game. Rafa didn't have the best of games, of course. I felt he misplaced too many passes in the first half. But this is Rafa Leao for you guys. He can make missed passes, but then redeem himself with the great assist for Reinders' goal. That's what Rafa does, guys. He can have one bad moment, but then have a great moment. That's why Rafa's such a quality player. But other than that, though, guys, I felt subbing him out was the right move, to get some fresh legs in. But then after, Chukwueze doesn't do his job, screws Milan by ball watching instead of defending a man. I guarantee you Conceição is not going to like that. Guys, listen, it's 2 drop points. Very unfortunate. Inter, like I said, they had many chances. Could have won this game. But Milan, you got to give them credit where it's due. They played really well defensively. Now, they got to play, like I said, midweek against Roma. Rest some guys. Play Walker, maybe, because he's just getting into the team. Like I said, play Benacer. He only played 45. Chukwueze, even though he was horrendous on that goal there, probably play him. So, Conceição's going to have to rotate, guys, because obviously we got those extra Champions League coming up against Feyenoord now. Him and his former team now. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward. But Milan are slowly looking more cohesive as a team. They're starting to look more like Conceição's team. But, guys, it's going to take time. Unfortunately, it's only been 9 games, and clearly this team is still not playing to the way the coach wants it. There were some positives, like I said, but he also said there were some negatives as well that they need to sort out. And hopefully, to God, I'll be making a video about Milan signing Joao Felix tomorrow, because that would be an absolutely massive bonus for this club if you can get a creative player in like Joao Felix, guys. But, guys, unfortunate draw today. 2 lost points today by Milan. But like I said, valiant effort. Almost got the 3 points. But listen, give Inter some credit. They're a great team. They found a way to get a goal. Multiple times Milan frustrated them. Hitting posts, of course. A couple offside goals. But I felt the 1-1 tie was probably justified in this game, guys. But, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. As always, guys, if you like this video, subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, guys. Remember, if you do not watch sports, you're a more. Ciao, guys.